Manchester United are confident of signing Jude Bellingham in the summer. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys and where you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. First video of the day, and I'm coming back. I'm coming here with the vibe that I've been really with throughout the start of this channel. And guys, don't forget to subscribe because we want to hit 12,000 subscribers. And if I told you go ahead and really do that, then you would have gone ahead to do us the favor that we would have been waiting for a very, very long time. We are talking about Garnacho being named among the top 9 next generational talents that the world must put an eye onto. He has been given his award and is lifting it as we speak right about now. Then we are talking Tuanzabe, who is being wanted to be signed by Stoke City, where he was loaned by Manchester United. So that's it, and let's set this rolling. Now, 4 days back, it was Ekrem Kuna who really came up and really said this story. But I know he's not given a lot of respect onto what he puts out first, but I think he had a very exact grip about this story. He told us that Manchester United are ready to check on the condition of the 19-year-old English midfielder Jude Bellingham from Borussia Dortmund and compete with Real Madrid and Liverpool. Now, when he put out this story, few people gave it the response it really deserved. You get? They tweeted it like it's coming in from a journalist whose source is not all that great. But for me, I've been following him up, and most of the stories breaks fast go ahead to really explode into the media because people like Fabrizio Romano come later, like 2-3 days, and then put it up. And now, after putting this story 4 days back, ESPN has today gone ahead and really told us the following: that Manchester United are confident they can sign Jude Bellingham this summer ahead of rivals Liverpool and Manchester City. ESPN via Deadline Day Live, and that is why they've told us that United are confident of signing Jude Bellingham. Who is Jude Bellingham? Jude Bellingham is a 19-year-old midfielder who can play in a double pivot, and he can as well play as a number 10. He can play as a number 8 and a number 10. So, as it stands at Manchester United, Erik ten Hag might be looking in for youthful players who are really one of the best talents in the world. And you know, United is obsessed with signing English players. That's it. Why? You know, the decisions you get from the referees when you're having English players are not the same you get when you're not having English players. So, when you look at Erik ten Hag, there is a bias from the English media on him because he came out and revealed that English players are very expensive and their quality is not yet up to standards, and those that are really up for standards are really expensive, and it's reflecting in this transfer. To get Jude Bellingham, you have to cough between 110 to 120 million pounds if at all you want to send Jude Bellingham. That's it. Now, why would you go in for such a midfielder? You get, according to the financial situation they're really having at Manchester United, unless otherwise there is a green light that the Glazers are going to get in an investor who's going to get the money to invest huge in Manchester United, or else the Qataris and Sir Jim Ratcliffe, after putting up a very good presentation on Thursday and Friday, they've been shown the avenues of how United can manipulate or maneuver or find a loophole into the rules of UEFA that regard with the financial fair play rule, and then getting these players. You get? Because this story of Jude Bellingham is coming to life after United made presentations to Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Sheikh Jassim Al Thani. Then they are also granted permission to look through the books of accounting of Manchester United, meaning that they've known how to go ahead and really get this deal done. But Jude Bellingham is a very good striker, and if at all I'm asked, is Erik ten Hag in need of this striker? I'll tell you, sorry, no, it's not a striker, it's a midfielder. Is Erik ten Hag admiring to have Jude Bellingham in his team? I'll tell you 100% yes. Why? He's 19 years of age. He's press resistant. He's always secure with the ball. His passing range is insane. He scores goals. His intensity is high. He works hard. His physicality is unquestionable. He was playing in the championship at the age of 15, 16. That is Jude Bellingham for you. So he's a top class player that is soon reaching or hitting the world class level, and he's one of these modern English players that have always lived up to the expectations, because way back it was very hard to really gauge talents of like Jude Bellingham from the academies of the English that's it. But as the evolution went on and football changed, because the La Liga and Italian Serie A, Bundesliga, we are building their league on technicality. That's it. So they were so much interested in signing and grooming technically gifted players. Now, by that time, the English Premier League was so much on physicality, work rate, the size, you get? But with time, you've seen that the English have changed. The way they really turn up is really different nowadays, especially as far as producing talent from the academy is concerned. When you look at Manchester United, the talents that we are really producing from academy who are English are really exceptional. Look at Marcus Rashford, look at Mason Greenwood, look at which other English talent are we having? Look at Charlie Savage. Which other English talent? All right. When you look at Arsenal, Bukayo Saka, Emily Smith Rowe, you get? Look at the Nwaneris. So they're really different kind of players that we are producing at Manchester United and other teams. Look at Shola Shoretie, English, but his talent is really immense and he's technically gifted. Look at the likes of James Maddison, Jude Bellingham. They are trying to produce young talent that are really doing well. So I think that is the shift. And Jude Bellingham has all the minerals and ingredients that Erik ten Hag would love to see in a midfield at Manchester United. But the big question is, do we have the money to get in these players? Why? We already have a deficit of players like 3, and of which those 3 players can cost United close to 100 or 200 million pounds. If you have to get a striker at 100 million pounds, you'll need a CDM to act as a Casemiro backup at like 50 million pounds, and then a central defender at like 50 million pounds. That's 200 million pounds. Now, if at all you can raise that 200 million pounds because there are some players you're going to sell, do we spare some money to get in Jude Bellingham? Because Jude Bellingham is at a cost of 110 to 120 million pounds. That's the price set by Borussia Dortmund to get out of this player. So what does that mean? Can we have a spending spree of 300 million pounds a season? So this is where I find out that a transfer of Jude Bellingham is really going to be hard. Why? Ten Hag can't spend 110 million pounds on a player who is not a priority in his midfield. I think he'd rather get Sabitzer, you get, Eriksson around, Casemiro, and then he gets a backup for Casemiro to complete his midfield to 5. Casemiro, his backup, Sabitzer, Eriksson, and Fred, because I know Scott McTominay is going to be sold. That's it. So I think it's better that way. Then you get in a strike of 100 million pounds, a CDM of like 50 million pounds, and then you get into what we call a central defender who plays on the right side of the central defense. I think that's how it's going to be worked. And to me, however much ESPN has broken this story, I'm still doubtful about it because the money doesn't allow us to do such a deal. You get? I know there are some other players that can come in and do the job at a cheaper price. You get? Because the problem of Manchester United is not that number 8 or number 10. The problem is the backup for Casemiro. And that's the first position that we should find a solution for as soon as the summer transfer window opens up. Because if Casemiro is away, we really look bad. You get? The drop-off is really huge from Casemiro to Scott McTominay, meaning that we should get in a player who can bridge the gap in between him and Casemiro, and when Casemiro is away, we find ourselves doing the job. Look at Man City, what they did. Fabinho was there, Fernandinho was there, and he was edging. Then they brought in Rodri, and then Rodri was an understudy of Fernandinho. Then by the time Fernandinho left, Rodri had really gotten into the perfect fit of the boats of Fernandinho. And after Fernandinho left, guess who they've brought in? They brought in Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips is a player who can play as a CDM or a holding midfielder. He can also play as a number 8 or number 10. So Pep is really drawing up his project like that. So that means we should bring in another midfielder, either Frankie de Jong, either Caicedo, who is young and is going to act as an understudy for Casemiro, because Casemiro is 31 and you know what comes with age: injuries. So after that, let's go to Alejandro Garnacho. Garnacho is one of those players that have impressed this season, and obviously when you work out well, you are rewarded. And today we've been told that Manchester United forward Alejandro Garnacho has been included on one of the winners, has been included as one of the 9 winners of the Goals 2023 Next Generation Talents. In therefore, that is him holding that award of NXGN. That means Alejandro Garnacho for you, and it shows you how much this player has gone ahead to impress the world, and the entire world is watching and anticipating from the player. And Manchester United have put out an article that read, Manchester United forward Alejandro Garnacho has been included as one of 9 winners of Goals 2023 NXGN list, which celebrates the 50 best young talents in men's professional football. United is number 49, has enjoyed a fine breakthrough season for the Reds, scoring 4 goals and registering 5 assists in 29 outings for Erik ten Hag's side, including the late winner against Fulham and West Ham. With an ankle ligament injury, while an ankle ligament injury is keeping him out of action for the time being and preventing the teenager from making a senior Argentina debut, Garnacho has been boosted by receiving his recognition new for 2023, which acknowledges the cream of the crop when it comes to players born on all after 1st January 2024. Then they've told us that the NXG list was first established in 2016 with a global network of youth football experts meeting each year to contribute. Previously, top 50 youngsters have been ranked, with past winners including Garnacho's teammate, that is Jadon Sancho, Jude Bellingham, Ansu Fati, and Gianluigi Donnarumma in 2017. This year, there is no ranking, but 9 winners have been declared, with Alejandro Garnacho amongst them. So to me, I believe he's really one of those that has been really part of this. And to show you how huge it is, Endrick will join Real Madrid for Palmeiras next summer. Barcelona's Gavi and Yusuf Moukoko of Borussia Dortmund are in the top 9 too. So it shows you that he is in that level of Gavi, Endrick, Moukoko of Borussia Dortmund. So it shows you how huge this means to him and how hard he has worked to reach these levels. And to me, I feel that Alejandro Garnacho, for him, the sky is the limit. I think for Alejandro Garnacho, the sky is the limit, because he's looking unstoppable. That is Alejandro Garnacho. So he's nursing injuries, ankle ligament injury, working on to see if he gets back. But I think because he's young, I expect his healing to come to pass as soon as possible. And 6 weeks out, that means these 2 weeks out, meaning that towards the end of April, he's going to be available, and he might play in the semi-final of the FA Cup as we take on Brighton at Wembley. That's it. But I'm so happy for Alejandro Garnacho, and that's what we call hard work paying. And hard work is paying, and it's really doing the needful for a player called Alejandro Garnacho. So congratulations to Alejandro Garnacho, and smash the like button close to 100 times to congratulate Garnacho, because he's really winning and he's one of the top 9 talents, all teenage talents in the world year 2023. When you look around the world, it's very hard to get a talent like Alejandro Garnacho. That's it. At that age, performing at Manchester United and playing ahead of players like Sancho, it requires you to be having the balls and the talent to really put out the field of play. Remember, he was really not in contention even to start. You know, players like Elanga were ahead of him. But the way he got past them is really so much surprising. And that tells me more about Elanga, that he might not be a United player for now. He needs to be loaned out. Why? Even Facundo Pelestri has gone ahead and really superseded him. So he's like a 4th or 5th choice as far as playing into the right or left attacking sides of the midfield of Manchester United. So that ranking is really bad, and he needs to find himself a place to go out. And United are really contemplating on a loan move for him. Now, Axel Tuanzabe, who has been out for so long, Stoke City are weighing up on a permanent move for Manchester United's defender Axel Tuanzabe. The Manchester Evening News is reporting that story. Now, for Axel Tuanzabe, very good defender, but injuries have been best described of his career, and Ten Hag just loaned him to Stoke City. So Stoke City wants to cash in for the player, and let's wait and see how that cash in will go and how much United will be getting in from the signing of this guy. So guys, thank you very much for watching it through. Your thoughts on United confident of Bellingham transfer are welcome in the comment section below. Then what do you think about Garnacho being named among the best 9 teenagers in the world football right now? And lastly, Tuanzabe going to Stoke City. Do you fancy the move or not? Rock and David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and may the Lord bless you abundantly as it's a Tuesday, and let's rock and roll as usual by subscribing to this channel. Me out.